Former President John Dramani Mahama in April 2014 established the Youth Enterprise Support Program with the aim of assisting young Ghanaians with creative and innovative business ideas and plans to achieve their full potential. However, the current administration under the leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo relaunched the initiative under a new name, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. Does this now signify a new direction for the scheme, or it's a fruitless attempt to pour new wine into an old bottle? My guest for tonight is the Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, Mr. John Kumah, who will discuss, among other things, the credibility and long-term sustainability of the current program. This is The Hard Truth. My name is Nana Akusia Kunidra Samuels. You are still watching The Hard Truth, and really so much privilege to have the Chief Executive of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan in our studio. John Kumah is here. John, welcome to The Hard Truth.
Thank you, Akusia.
You look well.
Oh, thank you. It's a privilege to be on your program.
Really?
I have been a secret admirer of your program. I'm happy to be on it.
It's great to have you, sir. It's an honor to have you on the show. Yeah. But you look very young. I mean, you've told me, I'm sure people are wondering, how is this cute guy? I mean, how old is he? How old are you again? I know, but for the sake of viewers out there.
Well, I'm 39. I was 39 last 4th August.
Oh.
So you owe me a cake for asking
I know, but you have no ring on.
You
do.
Last
girl, stay off.
Last month,
he's taking
a decade of marriage.
Wow! Congratulations,
Mrs. Apostle Mrs. Lillian Kumah.
Oh, what church is that?
Disciples of Christ.
So you are what, Apostle's wife,
yes,
husband?
Yes.
So what? How do we call you then?
I am the
for mommy. I like that. Welcome again to The Hard Truth.
Thank you.
Right now, former President Mahama administration established the Youth Enterprise Support with the aim of assisting young Ghanaians with creative and innovative businesses to achieve their full potential. But your government relaunched the initiative under a new name, and I want to ask you, how different is this, current from the program of the previous makeup? How different is that?
Okay, thank you. The Youth Enterprise Support, as the name defines it, youth. When you say youth, you are talking about ages between 18 to maximum 40 years. Some even restricted to 35 years. And under that scheme, to qualify for support from government, will mean that you have to be in that age bracket before government could assist you with any funding on any business idea that you have. But the new government, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, government believes that unemployment is a serious problem and there's not much space in the public sector. And before we can resolve this problem, we have to empower the private sector. And so we need more people who have creative ideas about job creation, entrepreneurship, and businesses to come up. So we have removed the age bracket from youth enterprise to National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. What it means is that irrespective of your age, whether you're 50, 70, 100, or 20 years or 18 years, as long as you have an innovative plan or any idea that can be
right, but John, aren't we closing down on the initial plan, which was to give more jobs to the youth? Now you bring in more people on board. It doesn't matter your age. Yes. Now, aren't you rather creating numbers than output here?
Okay. Now, a survey has shown that almost all jobs that are created virtually are occupied by young people. So the youth remain the focus and the beneficiary of the program. But the idea to create a job is not based on age. It's based on ideas, knowledge, and expertise. So if somebody is, say, 50 years, let's say UT. When he started UT Financial Services, he had left the army, he was about 45, 50 years, and wanted to start UT Financial Services. And let's say somebody is of his caliber and government wants to assist such a person with any enterprise. Are you saying because he's 45, he must not be supported?
No, but that was the initial agreement, the plan we all knew, YES. And now you've changed the name. But let's really talk about the name. Was it necessary? Why did you change it?
So first of all, as I've told you, it was unnecessarily restrictive. It denied many Ghanaians the opportunity to develop their business and enterprising focus. What government has done, as long as you have an idea, forget about your age. If we can develop that idea to create jobs for people, come on board. But we know that even if you are 60 years and we support you to create a business, you are still going to employ young people anyway. So the name factor was to help expand the scope of the program and allow as many people who have ideas in job creation to come on board. So for me, it is better.
National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. It sounds like a document, or some document we have to. Why not maintain the name or even call it National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program or something? Why a plan? It looks like a strategic document to me.
Thank you. I like the word you have used, strategic document, because we are not just doing anything. The NEIP, or the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, is a strategic program, first of all, to help resolve unemployment program, and two, to help. It's a well arranged program with integrated aspects, so that it can feed into the government mainstream or vision, so that we don't do things standing on their own. So this program is a flagship program aimed at integrating whatever activities we will initiate under the program to feed into the main. So under the NEP, for instance, we have something we call the NEP industrialization program, where we train young people to start small to medium scale businesses, but eventually must feed into the one district, one factory agenda of government.
How is that feeding into that? Explain further.
So let's assume that somebody has a bigger factory under the one district, one factory, and they are creating, let's say, cars. But I am also creating, let's say, packaging of these cars for the market as a small scale. It should be possible to sublet an aspect of the car production to the younger or the smaller business that we are grooming to have immediate market, so that in the formative stages of the business, you are able to assist it to be on its feet.
You said yourself just now you want to, or the program is designed to assist young people. So the idea is to have in mind for the youth. So
Definitely.
Are you creating, or is there going to be a different program where you look at this is just for the youth and this one stays? Are we going to have something like that?
You see, when we say youth-focused program, it is not about who is initiating it. The difference now is just about who brings the idea, that we have expanded to include everybody. But the ultimate beneficiaries are still the young people. Because whatever jobs you are creating, it is these same young people who are without jobs, who are looking for jobs. And as we speak, as a government, we recognize that unemployment is a national security problem, because young people are craving for jobs. They have the energy, they have the education, or even those without education have the readiness to work. So what do? So what we are saying is that it is the commencement or the initiative that is not age-bound, but the ultimate beneficiary of whatever enterprise we commence or programs we initiate, because we also have incubation. The focus is on startups, the young people who are coming up, especially from JSS, SSS, and university and postgraduate studies. You know, the normal culture in this country is you go to school, you finish SS, you go to secondary school, you go to university, and what's next? You get employment in the government sector. That is one mindset we need to change and redirect. Your
government promised free SHS. So you're mentioning JS. Are you saying that we're going to have some school dropout? You're mentioning JHS. I mean, leavers from JHS getting employment. Is that what you're saying just now?
You see, all over the world, it is not everybody, even if it is free throughout university level, it's not everybody who has capacity to do learning up to university. Some people have the passion to develop their talent, and education is just to enhance your ability to develop your talent. I mean, we've heard of Bill Gates, how he left university first year to go and pursue his passion before later on he went for his degree. And even in this country, I've read about Kesbin, I've read about Kwame Despite, who didn't have university learnings or education before they started their business. But today, to even read news on their FM stations, you have to have master's degree.
I see.
So, yes.
But
so you don't have to have education to university level before you become entrepreneur. That is why the focus of NEIP is to help train young people under the incubation program. We are going to have competitions. We're going to invite business proposals.
Was the change of name necessary again? I mean, that's something I put over. I mean, I think about it a lot. Why didn't you just maintain the name and perhaps add some new models to it?
I mean,
why couldn't you have done that?
I mean, since we changed the name, I can tell you that so many people are so happy.
Are they? We did a survey and then people don't get it. It's like a plan. I mean, what are they talking about? We don't even know what that is. I mean, we know, yes.
You're not ready to listen, so you won't understand.
Really?
If you're judging before you hear, then there'll be a problem.
But is there a way where, you communicate, since we have the youth who will be beneficiaries of this program or plan? So how are we getting, how are we getting the relaunch or the new package out there for people to understand, okay, so it's the same thing under a new name? I mean, how are we doing that?
Well, it's not the same thing as you want to put it. It's an expanded version. It's a more expansive opportunity for everybody to benefit. So it is not the same thing. You know, the idea of youth enterprise support, like I told you, it's good. It targeted some young people for assistance. But what we are saying is that the problem goes beyond limiting age. Let's do ideas. Let's build innovations. Let's create enterprises through business and innovation. That is what we are trying to do.
Including everyone.
Including everyone. And then eventually the youth will benefit.
I see.
So we are not going to restrict it, because if I have, for instance, some people walked to my office last week where they have created bulbs, electric bulbs, but it is both solar and electric, made in Ghana, 7 watts. And the man is like 55 years. And it's very innovative. It saves a lot of electricity power. It's able to create a lot of jobs for young people, and he's making it in Ghana. And even the bulbs, it is not glass, it is plastic, so it doesn't break.
I see.
A lot of innovations are coming, and that job alone, if he's assisted through the NEIP program, can create thousands of jobs or hundreds of jobs for young people, because he wants to open centers all over the country, so that we can train people.
So that's why you come in to help him expand.
Yes, so we are looking for innovative ideas, irrespective of your age, and help create that business that will employ people to benefit from. Good.
But I'm sure, taking over as CEO, you did a review of the program. What, in your candid view, John, of the program, since it was established, and I think in 2014, in terms of performance and impact, what has been the impact and performance so far?
I have stated severally that it was a good initiative. I have stated that some young people benefited, even though it was very limited in terms of numbers and impact. There was a project they started under the Youth Enterprise Support called the Greenhouse Estate, which was started at Dewenya. We are continuing with it. It has opportunity to employ a lot of people and also help the country. If we are able to expand it under this new program and spread it all over the country, we'll be able to, one, reduce our importation of vegetables into this country, and even become one of the leading exporters of, say, tomatoes or vegetables in Africa. So some of the ideas and modernization of agriculture, even through the greenhouse project alone, for me was impactful. Even though it was just an idea they started, we want to hold on to it and make it, expand it, so that more people can benefit from it. And going into next year, our proposal or projection is that we'll be able to put about 100 of the domes in every region.
I see, but your candid view is the program was good, but you want to expand.
Yes,
now,
you spoke that helps young people to become enterprising and work and expand the private sector instead of becoming government reliant for me, any such initiative is laudable because I myself, I understand entrepreneurship and its benefit. The beginning is always difficult. That's why you need certain form of a plan and strategic intervention. And when you're able to get more people going into that sector, you raise your economy to higher levels.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching The Hard Truth, and I still have here John Kumah, who is that I have to watch because I don't have it in my National Entrepreneurship and Innovative Plan CEO. Now, John, speaking in an interview, I think with Kwame Tutu in July this year, you said a lot of young people benefited from the YES program, and some of them started their businesses, including poultry, piggery, and shoemaking, ICT, etc. Now, was this case, or this the case when your party continuously said that the NDC did not create jobs, but you said otherwise? So you said the program helped. So what was it? That's the irony of it?
I am not the spokesperson of the NDC government, and Ghanaians are the ultimate decision makers.
No, your party, NPP, came in to say that there were no jobs.
Well,
and that the NDC didn't create jobs. But you said the program was good and it created more employment and more programs.
Well, I hope you are not misquoting me.
I'm listening.
If 100 people benefit under YES, for me, if you ask me, I'll say it's good. But if 2 million young people are looking for jobs, and you create YES to give you give support to say 100 people, you've done insignificant. Virtually, you cannot tell Ghanaians that you have created jobs by giving 100 people 50,000 cedi support under the YES program. You understand? First of all, we should not make it difficult to do objective politics in this country. For me, the idea was good, but like I've stated, it was restrictive. It could not affect so many people. You have to do mass job impact creation activities. That is why we have added innovation to the idea of entrepreneurship. And that is why it's also a plan, which people don't understand. Because we are not looking to assist 50 people, 100 people, 200 people. But if you ask me that government assisted 2 people, I would say the government has done well. But I don't have to condemn it because only 2 people and 2 million were looking for it. The entire country judged the NDC government as poorly performed government and kicked them out of government. And the evidence is clear. And even today, as we speak, we know unemployment is a huge problem which we are trying to solve under various programs of government.
And this program is going to do just that.
Oh, yes.
I see, but as a person in the realms of affairs right now, as chief executive there, what are you going to do, or what are you bringing on board to make sure that the objectives of the initiatives are achieved?
A lot. A lot that we are doing. First of all, the NEIP program, like I told you, the focus and the plan is different from when the NDC started, because we have, it's not just a business creation enterprise. It is also part of government plan to integrate the program into the larger mainstream of government programs. So it is going to help a lot of people and have impact immediately. We are, like I told you, focusing on startups to develop as many startup programs as possible. As we speak, we are designing a platform where you don't have to come to our offices in Accra. It is going to operate like a Facebook. So, but it's your it's your work, your desktop. So you log on and create a page like your Facebook page, but it's your business office, where you tell us what you do, your program, what you want, your business, the areas of interest. And as you are giving us information about your background and your business, we are linking you automatically to other service providers, sometimes even to market, to mentors, to technical advisors and financial support at the same time.
How many do you have, people do you have to take care of this? So let's say we have about 1 million or maybe 10,000 young people applying for this. And you mentioned you have mentors, you have that. How many people, are looking into that?
We are actually targeting even 5 million to be online. And that numbers alone is a lot of strength.
So is it like advantage. A center?
It's going to be a center of interaction. Now, and through that, we are able to do a lot of competition, so when you send any query or information or request, we are able to quickly link you online to the right person to advise you technically. Or sometimes people think it is money they need.
Exactly, I mean,
But
advice
that's the
saying we
problem.
need money. So what is it?
Those of us who have the responsibility to train businessmen, we tell them your first problem is not money. And all studies have shown that, seriously, money constitutes just about 30% of what you need to succeed as an entrepreneur. The 70% requires a lot of training and preparation and the drive as an individual. Because
You've done
sometimes
that.
you have not done that. In most cases, they haven't done that.
Let's say it's been done, 70% is done. We need
Well,
the 30%.
the money too
so
is provided.
happens?
That is why President has launched a seed fund of $10 million, which we have to leverage to raise additional $100 million. So questions of funding have been taken care of. But we are not just going to issue our checks to people. We want to make sure the 70% requirement that you need to prepare as an individual or as a business to become sustainable.
Let's say the business is established already. So maybe I call and say, John, I want to discuss my business. I bring a proposal, everything is in there. I just need about 50,000 Ghana cedis. So what might I just get my money? Is that going to happen?
Well, don't be in a hurry, because we are not in a hurry to give our monies. What we want to do is, of course, we are looking at startups, we are looking at small businesses, we are looking at medium businesses to scale them up. So if your business is already established, we have to do proper assessment of what you are doing. What can we do to scale you up? For all you know, you may not even need us as a NEIP to fund you, but you just need an assistance. For instance, if it's an export product you are doing, maybe you just need advice on how to craft your proposal to Ghana Export Promotion Authority for assistance. Some people don't know where to even go to for support. And that is where the NEIP is different. We are not restricted to specific areas.
My friend, what if we need money? I mean, the support side is there. I'm talking about the cash, money to push into the business.
Yes, but I'm telling you that it is not money that makes business grow.
I get that. What if we've gone past that?
If you've gone past that,
we've taken care of that 70% you talked about.
Yes.
And we need the cash.
Yes,
to pump into the business.
I have told you that we have already established funding support. So if
no, but you're making it sound it's going to be like a roller coaster, a long time for you to get that money. I mean,
yes, but
like
I'm also telling you, we are not just there if you bring a business proposal on the table and we say, come and take money. No. First of all, the focus...
Due diligence, we know.
Apart from due diligence, we want sustainable businesses. So we are not in a hurry to put money into businesses. We want to take you through our incubation programs. We want to make sure that you have gone through the right mentorship and that the business has been assessed and is ready to be sustained. You understand? For instance, under the YES program, some of the beneficiaries who receive funding for poultry, I can say 80%, or 80 may be high, but say 60% eventually wrote to say all their bears died.
Yeah.
So what has happened to the investment?
But
so I'm coming. You are not in a hurry to put money into people who bring you proposals to say. You want to make sure that it is sustainable business, things you can follow up to make sure that you are getting the returns, because this is public funds and we have to protect it. The president has stated it several times. So we want, and I've told you, money constitutes 30% of any business in terms of its management and sustainability and performance and profitability.
I see. But again, John, your outfit is expected to create at least 5,000 jobs per year. We have just about 4 months to end this year. How many jobs have you created so far?
Well,
and, can you meet the target?
Well,
at the end of the year?
We are still, our office, we just got launched in July, 13th July. And then we are selecting the PSIP, the private sector implementation partner, who will come on board, because like I've told you, this is purely business initiative. We don't want to politicize anything. And there's mandate to leverage it. So you need a private sector implementation partner who will come on board to make sure that professionalism, standards, objectivity and fairness prevail for anybody who wants to take advantage. So that it doesn't become like John Kumah, who is the politician, was the political head, is selecting who brings what. So we are still in the process. We may not be able
Have we given monies out already?
No. We are even in the process
July,
of selecting the PSIP. And once the budget 2017 made allocation for the $10 million sitting there. But you need to do your homework. Like I told you, we are not in a hurry to throw out money. You have to make sure the systems are in place, the structures are right, and that those who receive the funding receive it into the business and is sustainable and can be recoverable. We are not looking to waste public funds. So let nobody get the impression that...
But I'm thinking now, so far, how many jobs you estimate that the YES initiative has provided since its inception in 2014 till the time you took over?
Not much, if you ask me.
We have
and most of it were initiative. And the reviews of some of the programs we did, I mean, even in their handing over, they admit that those who took money, especially for poultry farms, almost all of them wrote back to say their birds died or some disease came, and you understand. So you can't, these are not things you can pride yourself on, that you have created sustainable jobs. And that is what we are not ready to do. We want to have jobs created based on innovation and technology, and that can impact on mass job creation, and that we can count. You understand? But one thing I've always been happy with the initiative under the YES was their greenhouse project. And for me, it is a way backed by innovation, you know, the modernized way of farming. But that was only, they were just at they acquired the domes. Wasn't fully installed or anything, but we are continuing with that. And I think if we are able to expand that program or that project, a lot of people may get jobs. But you cannot use that alone to pride yourself that the NDC government created jobs. You can count it. How many people? You understand? That is not what we are seeking to do. We want to make, and you see, under the YES program, even when they exhausted the 10 million seed fund, then it became a problem. So where do we raise money again? And from 2014 to 2017, when they exited, the only fund that went to YES was 10 million cedis.
I see.
But under the NEIP program, the seed fund is $10 million to be leveraged to raise additional 100 million. So the program becomes sustainable. This is what we are talking about.
But I'm thinking perceptions of partisan consideration have, you know, dodged previous government interventions, such as the NEIP, GDA, school feeding, it can go on and on. But should we really expect or be worried that this initiative will also, you know, satisfy loyalties of supporters of parties? Well,
this is a fair, let me say, fear to exercise, and that is why government, in an attempt to restore confidence in the program, has stated that we must have a private sector partnership in the execution of this project, so that it doesn't become like NPP and DC battle as we have seen in this country. Business doesn't know party colors. And it doesn't matter if a brilliant idea comes from an NDC person and we can scale it up to create the jobs. What's the problem? At the end of the day,
leading
when
members
the jobs
of your
are created,
party have suggested that the NPP supporters should be favored during recruitment and awards of contract. Can you, or we can also cite Samuel Wuku, your organizer, John Boyd, the acting general secretary, to, you know, raise some of these concerns. I'm just worried. So are you going to consider?
Why should you be worried?
Why? You know, are you NPP? Yes, okay. So are you NDC?
No, but that would be trivializing the program. But you see, at the end of the day, why should we be worried if somebody got a job and he turned out to be NPP or NDC? And the consideration for selection, first of all, that is why we want the private sector implementation partner on board, so that we all set an objective criteria, and then the selection is not based on party color. But at the end of the day, it will turn out that some of the people who will come with brilliant ideas may be NPP or NDC. And for me, party color is not the consideration. The consideration is, what idea are you bringing?
But again, Sule Salifu, Northern Regional Director of the NEIP, said at an annual delegate conference at Tamale, he said that I have the responsibility first of all to settle my party first. I'm going to see that only NPP people will get jobs first before any other person. That one cannot be negotiated. As the party secretary, I must do everything to let Nana Addo Akufo-Addo government be firm on the ground. the wish and policies of the NPP manifesto must be implemented to favor party people? What would you say?
Well, first of all, I don't speak for YEA, and the man who spoke is competent to speak his mind. There's a reason. If you go into the YEA issues, you realize that there's a foundation for this statement.
No, but this is to say that, and I mean, no matter where you are, I mean,
well,
if you
like
are,
I've told you, I'm not the CEO for YEA, so I don't speak for them.
I get that. So again, how should we trust that if I'm from CPP or PNC or wherever I'm from, I'm a Ghanaian, when I get to your outfit and I meet all the criteria, my money will be given to me or whatever will be given to me?
First of all, YEA is substantially different from NEIP, National Entrepreneurship Innovation Plan. One is employment-focused program. You apply, they put you on a payroll monthly for a period of, say, 2 years. We are not looking to employ people. We are seeking to empower individuals who have brilliant ideas, irrespective of your age, irrespective of where you come from. Come to us with ideas, not your party color. We want to see what you can do to help create jobs. Let your idea be innovative and enterprising, and we are there to support you grow that idea and make it sustainable.
So are you saying that you get a call from the flag staff? Kumah, my niece or nephew has this brilliant idea, and in your view, I mean, he or she doesn't meet any of the criteria, or the business is not good, but since it's coming from the top, you are forced to do that. Are you saying that you want a kowtow to this?
I don't know the answer to give you, because you just said you got a call on a brilliant idea. Let me tell you.
No,
if
they said it's a brilliant idea, and I also said exactly if it's a brilliant. They say it's a brilliant. But
they say it's a brilliant
idea. But you look at the paper and it's not.
Well, unfortunately, it won't be me to look at it. The PSIP's job is to look at it. They are consultants. They are supposed to be professional and independent. They are supposed to advise the office on who qualifies and who don't.
But so far as you're a Ghanaian, I mean, you qualify to be there.
Yes.
So what are the review processes of the innovation plan for the selection of the candidates?
Well, like I have stated, let the PSIP come on board. All these things will be made public. Everybody.
When
I mean, hopefully by next week or so, we should be able to announce it, because we are going through, they've already done the tender, we're doing the evaluation, just the report, and then we'll announce, because we don't have much time. Because we did the launch in July.
How many times you say you don't have much time? How many, what's the time limit? What's the time?
No, the whole of August was for the selection of the PSIP, and by 1st September, we should announce. So within this week, it should be possible to do the announcement of who the PSIP coming to support government is. And then we take it up there. We will start open call for proposals. Anybody who thinks that he has the right idea. In fact, people have started bringing the ideas, which we collect. The proposal, we will put all of them together.
Then again, a lot of people don't know about this. So how are you going to make it more public for 27 million Ghanaians?
Because that's why I'm on your program. I know you help us to spread the message. And of course, we have a lot of other programs to move from region to region and to district to let people understand that, hey, you don't always have to wait on government to give you the job. You can create a job. Government is ready to assist you groom the ideas. One thing you can't take from Ghanaians is that we are natural entrepreneurs. Every Ghanaian, whether he's gone to school or not, look at the traffic on the streets, how people sell on the streets. That's entrepreneurship. If you are able to package it with a little touch, the person should be on. And most of the brilliant business people we have seen today say that they started selling on the streets. Some were selling cassettes, others were selling chewing-gum and piquet, and now they are well-to-do, wealthy entrepreneurs. That's so true. Ghanaians naturally have the flair to develop into entrepreneurship. We just have to have a program that will accommodate everybody's ideas and help them grow it. We should not be in a hurry. Those who are in a hurry to receive money and run, usually they can't even account for money after you've given to them. So let us follow the structures. Let us do things that will be sustainable and be more impactful. And I think that is why we call it a plan. It is not just giving out money. No. We want to do something that is sustainable, that is measurable and quantifiable, that people will truly say that indeed this program has been successful.
I see. We'll be right back. You're still watching The Hard Truth, and John Kumah, CEO of National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. Why you laughing?
I can say NEIP and
no,
be free.
We should know the name. Again, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. And what to do?
Short things.
I know. But
shortcuts are always dangerous.
My goodness. But we will have to learn the name.
Yes.
Good. But the abundance of brilliant ideas in Ghana is not matched by widespread management know-how.
Exactly.
A high percentage of new enterprises actually fail due to managerial skills exhibited by upcoming entrepreneurs. How well does your outfit or is expected to position itself to handle complex challenges of the new businesses?
Exactly. Thank you. Now you're going back to the point I made that studies have shown that financing constitutes just 30% of what you need to succeed as a business. And I'm happy you are reaffirming that position by talking about management and preparation to succeed as a businessman. We have created a business support unit as part of our office where, first of all, we don't want to stress on certificates. If you come there and it's Tree language or every language you can speak to tell us the business you want to do,
it's allowed.
It's allowed. Come and tell us your ideas. We have people who will put it down in a proper form to meet the criteria we are looking for, so that people can feel free.
So I can just come and tell you I have this idea by just saying it.
By just saying it.
And then you will just put it down for me.
Then there are trained people in our business support unit who will engage you further with questioning, so that by the end of your discussion with them, you understand exactly what you want to do and how to shape it and where to start from. You understand? And then we also know that all those who will come through the process, not everybody will get selected. And so those who don't get selected, there's another program we are doing to groom them further in the preparation of the ideas and how to have stronghold on the ideas. You see, when the idea is not strong, then the execution becomes problem, because I've seen so many people say that we have a business plan, but I don't have money. A business plan that cannot fund itself is not a business plan. And how are you able to do a business plan that can fund itself? You need technical advice. This is where we come in. People dream big and they want to start from the top. If you come, we tell you to dream big, you start small but grow fast. So there are a lot of assistance you get coming through the NEIP program if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur. And by the time we finish with the training and the awareness to young people that yes, you can do it, go on your own, it's not a question of money, you realize that many of them will be able to develop and sustain, because the key word under the NEIP program is sustenance. And that is why we want innovative ideas that can be integrated into the larger government program, and then you must make it sustainable, because whatever monies we are giving you is not free. It is recoverable, but of course maybe 0% interest, or depending on the arrangement we will do, we still want to make sure that that business grows, because the objective of government is to help you create jobs for others. And so we want to train people well, get all the skills that you are supposed to get. Sometimes we may have to put people through 1 year or 6 months or even 2 years of business training before they can come out and be on their own. And that is where, if you come and all you have heard is that there is money, you want to take money, you'll be disappointed. But we are interested in making sure that the money is going into the business you have presented. So we are prepared to grow with you and train you properly and get all the skills before we give you the money.
So let's say I've gone through the training, I've done all of that, and then I take 50,000 Ghana cedis. I'm not giving interest back?
No.
But won't that create an avenue for people to give you ghost businesses? They come up with names and strong ideas. You go through the program with them. Some people can be very patient. So 2 years they go, I get the money, and then that's it.
So nobody will go through 2-year training, business training, and will say that I have stopped the business.
Are you sure?
Oh, that I'm very sure. The tendency that you put me in a particular program of activity for 2 years, in most cases it will be sustained. Of course, you can't have 100% because even big businesses collapse. But the idea that I'm just going to waste 2 years of my life looking for small money just to waste it, I don't think that will be motivation for many people. I believe the structures we are putting in place, eventually we will get higher percentage, if not 100, at least higher percentage of people turning out to have the drive, the patience, and the desire to grow what they want to start. Because, of course, there are a lot of positive results if you stay through the program.
What arrangements are you going to make, or are you making for ghost businesses?
You'll be fished out. It's not something you just bring paper and come and take check. You have to be there. The business, we have to train you. So if you are a ghost business, where will you be to be
like
trained?
You've got it all covered.
Well, we are trying, and I'm saying that we are not ready to put money into businesses that will write to us that all our best died and we can't look for the money. You understand? We are learning from the past mistakes. And one thing I have tried not to do is to condemn the previous program. Because first of all, we are seeking to expand whatever they started. Secondly, we have a mandate to leverage on the seed fund we have been given. And we have to let people understand that whatever was started can be improved upon. But there are challenges, which maybe if somebody is interested to know, we can discuss. But I don't use my limited platforms to sell NEIP to talk about those challenges.
I see, but you're not selling anyway. But at the launch, you have to pay. At the launch of the, at the launch of the National Entrepreneurship, again, Innovation Program or Plan, I like to say program. The President, President Kufuor said 10 million, we've said that already, has been allocated as seed money for the program. How exactly, I mean, you're not telling me how exactly we are going to disperse the money. Tell me now, how are we going to disperse $10 million?
Okay. Now, the $10 million is just the seed money, and we're supposed to leverage upon it to raise additional $100 million. And of course, our program objective is to even go beyond the $100 million so that we can have much more impact on people, on greater number of people. The funding is subject to your business proposal. And before, people were limiting it. I mean, under the YES program, you were limited to maybe 50,000. Depending on what you bring under NEIP, the 50 may be the minimum you may get. So you may go up higher depending on what program you are offering, what is the sustainability and impact on job creation, and how innovative and how recoverable are these funds when we put
I
in.
like your posture and your confidence, and you're talking like you've got it all covered. But really, how do you intend, John, to ensure the transparency and accountability of in the management of the allocated funds?
Yes, Akosia, like I've told you, it's a plan. And when you take your time to plan, they say that if you refuse to plan, you are planning to fail. So we have taken our time to plan this program, and to answer that question about openness and transparency, we are bringing on board the PSIP, who will be a private sector partner, implementation partner, and his duty is to make sure that professionalism standards, fair criteria and everything has been followed, so that at the end of the day, it doesn't become a political tool for satisfying a group of people. That's not the objective. You can't grow businesses on politics. It will fail. We are seeking to groom young people who have business ideas.
I'm talking about the management of the fund.
Yes, that's the role of the PSIP. Yeah. It is part of his role to come on board, first of all, to help with the management of the fund, and also to raise the additional funding that we need. So it is going to be both government and private sector initiative to ensure that, those who have concerns are, satisfied.
I see, but you've said countless times here today that the $10 million is a seed money supposed to be leveraged to raise, I think, $100 million for the program. Can you achieve this target, and how exactly are you?
Oh yes, we can achieve that. We can achieve the target. We read about the program by the Israeli government, who started with a seed fund of $20 million, I think about 15 years ago. Now they have over 4 billion in the fund for startup. And now they have sold, some of these startups have been sold to bigger IT companies in the West, in America, and the rest, and a whole lot of them.
Don't we have good examples and good mentors? You read, we read about some of these, and we get inspiration from them. Yet when it comes to us to implement, it's a different story. So again, what do you intend to do with that?
Yes, and that is where I'm saying we should not be in a rush to seek money. We should be in a rush to learn. It is all the learning. Those who made it, they made it because they took their time to learn and they were not in a rush to tap into some funds. No. If you have the ideas, take your time, come and let's groom it together. And when you are in a position to receive the funding, it will come automatically. But if your desire is to take money and go and satisfy yourself, that is where the problem is. Let not business desire be on money. Those who have succeeded and become millionaires, they didn't start chasing money. They chased their passion and their ideas. Microsoft left school and said that he wants to solve a problem of paperless offices and design Microsoft. His passion was not to look for money or become the wealthiest man on earth. But as he programmed himself to follow what he wanted to do, money chased him. That is our role.
Inspiring me, but really, how long do you intend, or do you need to raise the amount, $100 million? Yes, the 4-year period.
Yeah,
how many are you going to raise, or how much are you going to raise every year?
That question, I am not supposed to raise it. I'm supposed to do it with the PSIP, and I think that the program is that within the 4 years we should be able to raise it. In fact, from the indications we are getting, we may raise beyond that even in 4 years. It is possible.
To $1 billion.
It is possible, depending on how well we all embrace this program and make it impactful. If people begin to see that if you put money there, it is going to make impact, it's going to be businesses that you can see, not businesses that when the time comes, you can't find them. No, we don't want to do, the key word is this sustainable? And we are not going to give any funding to anything that you can't sustain. That is very critical. And that is why you need time to help us follow your program and make sure it is sustainable, so that at the end of the day, Ghanaians will be able to testify that indeed the NEIP program came, created innovative ideas and turned them into businesses, created jobs and reduced unemployment in the country.
For young people home, I'm sure they are really inspired and excited to start with NEIP. How do we go about? You talked about a Facebook page and all of that.
Yes,
Take us through the process.
Yes.
Exactly.
We will launch. We'll do a media launch very soon on how to come on board. Our activities were a bit slow now because we're waiting for the PSIP No, because we're doing the selection of the PSIP. It's also important. It's critical to the success of the program. So we don't want to rush to let people bring their proposals and we are not handling it. So now that that is over, the next thing is to launch how to come on board to apply. And they should just be on the lookout in September. We are going to do official launch of call for proposals and how you can come on board, how you can log onto your site and connect to us.
Akosi Akunyedu's name there. You better look at it.
Akosi, I'll be looking forward to meet you there.
But really, 8 months into office, do you think your government is doing enough or has done enough for the youth of Ghana? Do you think your government is doing that?
I think that in terms of the enormity of the problem, they are confident at our initiative so far. And I talk a lot to young people. Yes, they don't have the jobs now immediately as we speak, but they know as we stay on longer, they will begin to see the results of all that we are doing. One district, one factory is being launched. The NEIP program is going on. YEA is coming on board very soon. They started, I think, the open online registration, and very soon a lot of people. And then there were issues of financial clearance to some companies not to recruit, some government offices not to recruit. So very soon, as we seek to plug a lot of these debts and open up the economy, very soon we'll begin to see the results of government initiatives and jobs will be created. As for that one, I can assure you, jobs will be created.
How many are you looking at? 4 years. How many are you looking at creating? Or how many, yes, with this?
You mean under the NEIP? The minimum we are looking at is the 5,000 per year under the NEIP program. But like I've told you, it has its rippling effect.
20,000 jobs in 4 years.
Well, if one program, that is the minimum we are looking at. You understand? That's the minimum we are looking at. But let me tell you, if we even succeed with the expansion of the greenhouse project, which was started under the YES alone, and we put 100 in each region, one greenhouse, one dome takes 10 people. Okay, so 10 times 1,000 is 10,000 jobs already created.
I see.
Yes, so there's a lot we can do, and that's just one sector. And if you look at the other things we are doing, now that we just launched the one district, one factory with the Commander pineapple. The outgrowers, the end product marketing and all that, by the time you add, you're talking about thousands of jobs. So, and there are so many of them coming up, so many of them coming up. People are looking at how to even add value. Do you know one thing I've consistently asked young people to look at? Our cocoa farmers. You know, when the cocoa pod is broken, we only take the beans.
Yeah.
What happens to the pod? It's thrown away. There are so many value that we can create from the pod, which is useless now. Innovation. I push people to look at things.
John Kumah,
yes,
thank you very much for talking to the hard truth. John Kumah is the Chief Executive of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. But is there a contact number, we could reach out to? People want to call your office for more information?
Yes, unfortunately, I don't have it with me right now. But you can log on to the www.neip.gov.gh and all the contact lines are there. www.neip.gov.gh. Yes, you have all the contact details and our activities and programs coming up.
All right, so log on to www.neip.gov.gh for more information. I'll be speaking to John Kumah, who is the Chief Executive of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. And let's really have this conversation going on. What do you think? Do you think we should go back to, we should change the name back to YES, or we should embrace this? I think we should embrace this new name. How should the funders be dispersed? You can have this conversation going on all our social media platforms. It's on your screen right now. You've been watching The Hard Truth. My name is Nana Akusi Akunida Santis Samuels. Good night.